Hi, my name is Daniel Alexander, and I am in Physics Section 2. Today I'm going to do an experiment that's entitled Balloon Rocket. The purpose of this experiment is to give an example of Newton's law of action and reaction and to show how unbalanced forces can produce motion. This experiment requires very little in the way of materials. First, you'll need some masking tape. You'll also need one small balloon, approximately 9 inches in size. You'll need a small tube, approximately 4 inches long. Today we're going to use an old tissue paper tube. You'll also need some string or ribbon, a small clip to hold the balloon closed until you're ready, and finally a pair of scissors. Now first simply blow up the balloon, twist it up to keep the air in, and clip the edge with the clip until you're ready for it later in the experiment. Using 2 strips of masking tape, secure the tube to the top side of the balloon, making sure that the tail end of the balloon is in line with the length of the tube. Cut a long length of your string or ribbon. Around 4 to 6 feet ought to do the trick. Next we move on to implementation. Take 2 regular kitchen chairs and place them any distance apart. You can try this at close distance and at longer distances. The effect will still be the same. Tie one end of your string to one chair and take the other end and thread it through the tube that's attached to the balloon. Pull your string all the way through and then tie it to the other chair, making sure that you take the slack out of the string. Now comes the fun part. Remove the clip, step back, and quickly with one movement, release the balloon. Well, what exactly do we see today? Well, we saw Newton's third law of motion. Whenever one object exerts a force on a second object, the second object exerts an equal and opposite force on the first. The first object, of course, was the balloon. As we release the balloon wall is pressed against the air within the balloon, forcing the air out of the balloon. The air, the second object, as it was being expelled from the balloon, put an equal but opposite force back on the balloon. This force pressed the balloon up the string. Because there were no other horizontal forces acting on the balloon, it was pressed forward and we saw movement.